Good afternoon and welcome. And today is Thursday, which means it's time to talk about episode 2 of Zombieland Saga Revenge. Now, here's the thing. The first episode of Zombieland Saga Revenge didn't really click. It didn't really click at first. I mean, we got the returning characters and the side characters, but the storyline behind it wasn't really like that big in terms of like the whole plot thing. Like, what's the plot about the last episode? It wasn't that big of a deal. I mean, sure, we got a little storyline behind it, like as to why the manager became what he is, why French Chocho is working part-time jobs. We get all of that because they owe a lot of debt. So we get to see like the rise of French Chuchu in this season. I feel like this season is going to be like the start of the rise of French Chuchu after having a massive debt. So props for this. Props for episode 2. Now, episode 2 it's about Saki, the blonde hair, blonde girl with attitude. Now, here's the thing. I had to look back on Zombieland Saga for a bit, and I have to put Saki as, in terms of zombie girls in this, zombie idols, I have to put Saki like probably second and third because she was my favorite. I keep forgetting because I almost forgot why I liked Saki in the first place. Was it because of the rap in season 1, like the whole rap, or her backstory in the motorcycle? But this right here was exactly why it got me to liking Saki even more, being a top 3 zombie idol girl that I like. And not only we got in this episode about Saki, we got a little bit of a backstory as to why she became what she is and her emotions and now in this. So we get all of this now. And just like season 1 is going to have every zombie idol girl, like Lily, Sakura, Tai, everybody is going to have a backstory, is going to have their episode with a backstory as to why, as to what they became and who they are, what they did for a living, and who they idolize, etc. So you get my point. So without further ado, let's talk about episode 2 of Zombieland Saga R, or Zombieland Saga Revenge, whatever you call it. Let's do it. So the whole opening starts off with them training, and I like Tai. Tai is just doing this. She's like doing crunches like this. I like it. I mean, Tai is funny. You know what's funny? I hate to bring up Tai again, but what is something about Tai that everybody likes? The black hair zombie girl. Like, what is something about her that says, you know what? I like her, but we're still waiting for her backstory. I'm still waiting till the time, like, what made her become a zombie to begin with? Who killed her? Why is she a zombie? And how come she doesn't talk like the others? Unless someone put a brain from a creature and then put it on her head and then talk like that? Well, I really want to know the truth. So, again, this is a whole about Saki. So, and they gave us the opening. They gave us the opening of the show. Props for Mappa. Props for Studio Mappa for giving us a great opening like this. I mean, you gotta admit, Mappa did some pretty good openings. I mean, Attack on Titan, Jujutsu Kaisen, Kakaguri, Compulsive Gambler. I look at this opening of Zombieland Saga Revenge opening, and I love it. Looking at that opening, it looked like you looking at Power Rangers, but not English, more like the Super Sentai. It looked like Super Sentai opening with their poses and all that stuff. I'm like, wow. Way to bring back nostalgia of the first season, and then you bring it up like that. I love it. So okay, let's get back to it. So the whole thing was, to get everybody to boost up their credits, boost up their reputation, and all that. They had to do a review, not a review, a performance, not a performance. I would call it more like a, hang out and meet with Saki's one of the most famous people, White Ryu. Now, this is, like I said, Saki. This is a Saki episode. So, White Ryu, here's the thing about White Ryu that kind of creeps me out. It's still funny. I don't understand why Zombieland Saga is funny, but come on. White Ryu, I mean, look at that guy. Look at that guy. I mean, he got that tongue hair. He got that tongue that flipped the... It's so fucking weird. I mean, I don't know how to say it. I mean, how do I compare his hair? White Ryu's hair reminds me of, like, the JoJo Bizarre character hair. The one with the purple hair with the tongue. I hate that show. But it's that JoJo hair. He has that JoJo hair mixed with Space Dandy. And I like Space Dandy. So you got this Space Dandy with that JoJo hair, except it's 10 times longer and it covers his freaking body like right here. It's weird as fuck. It's a long ass tongue, man. It's like JoJo hair. And like I said, I don't like JoJo. But still, he has that JoJo long hair with the space dandy looking like, I don't know. But it's so weird. And the way how he drive, he don't even drive. He sits on the hood of his car. No seat belts. And I'm like, this guy's gonna, does this guy have a death wish? This guy have a death wish? Is he just gonna sit back like this? Just chilling in the hood of the car, and I'm like, "What the fuck? What the fuck? That's how you make an entrance? That's how you drive. Like, that's how you get ahead in life. You want to sit in the hood of the car while you got your driver just driving you around, no seatbelt. I'm like, this guy want to die. So Saki, idolized him. Like, she literally idolized him, and we get to see them, hanging out with White Ryu and all that stuff. And then we got a backstory as to what Saki was before she became a zombie. We got it. We got the info. It's just that the sum of her info was she was a badass girl. A badass, beating up school thugs. Who doesn't like a badass girl beating up school thugs? And she don't know what to do in life. All she does is beat up people. And then she heard on the radio from White Ryu giving her advice about life and moving forward or whatnot. Her kind of like an inspirational thing. So when she met a girl named Reiko who's like her, who has that same kind of factor as Saki, she just joined the fight too. And I think I believe later on in the season, we're gonna see Reiko again. And she probably gonna have a child, I don't know. But something tells me we're gonna see her once again. I look forward to it, and I'm sure you guys have. So we're gonna get more of that. But still, I like Saki's backstory because, like I said, season 1 of her backstory explained to us how she became a motorcycle, how she died, and she had a motorcycle gang. This right here, we get to see what she was like, beating up thugs and all that stuff. So I like how the concept is. And I'm pretty sure we're going to get every concept of Zombieland Saga Girls with a backstory as to why they became zombies and more and more. So I'm impressed by it. So another thing was we got to see not only Saki develop in this episode, but it's her emotion, her love for White Ryu stands out. It was there. She rode a bike with Sakura, pedaled into the metal, and got into the radio station and confronted her feelings towards White Ryu. In fact, and that detective. Remember that detective in the last episode of season 1, where it's like he knows them. Something about that detective is gonna play a huge plot device, a huge plot hole, or something like that. It's gonna play a huge role in this episode because this detective wants to find the truth about them because they were supposed to be gone a long time ago. So he knew something's not right. But now that White Ryu's retiring, Saki's like, let me take your position. In other words, I want to host the Saga radio station. I want to be having the Saga radio thing. And that's a good thing because, like I said, in order for Friend Choo Choo to be up there, like, in order for them to improve, they have to increase not only in concerts but in radio stations. So now that Saki and Friend Choo Choo got a now that Friend Choo Choo has a radio station, they could go in and do their chats live. That's a start of their development. Now, here's the funny thing. I know this is sad. This is kind of funny. The sad thing was Saki crying. This is the first time I had to see Saki crying in real life. Like, literally, tears was flowing over. And I almost cried a little bit seeing Saki going so much. She loves White Ryu so much. She loves White Ryu so much. Like, I get it. I truly get it. Even though you're way older than him, and even though you're way older than White Ryu, even though White Ryu said when you're a little older, I get it. You're way older, but still, it's kind of hurt. Like, and it's sad because she don't age. She's gonna be the same old zombie age. I get it, they're zombies. I get it, but damn, yeah. At least you were open up to White Ryu, Saki. I get it. And it was so emotional crying. But what makes it funny was Sakura crying. Because when she was crying, she was drying up like a mummy. It was so fucking funny. It was funny. Like, way to kill the mood. Way to kill the mood, Sakura. We had a good emotional moment with Sakura, with Saki crying. To use Sakura crying and like dried up mummy, like come on. Now the ending. I like the ending of them performing. And we get to see the characters back. Not only for the two guys in the first episode, but you guys remember the other girl, the other girls that was with that knows Saki's mom. Saki's friend at the time. So that was, oh yeah, we did see her already. My bad. So we did see her in the first scenes. But yeah, we're gonna see her again. I like that. So it was proud to see the girls, Reiko's daughter. There you go, Reiko's daughter and her friends at the concert watching. I forgot we saw Reiko's mom. I forgot we saw Reiko. I literally forgot. But yeah, it was nice to see them. But again, their performance was really good. I feel like the animation of them dancing is getting better. I mean, season one, their dance was, the CGI of them dancing was okay. It was okay. But now in this episode, it's getting better and better, and I like it. And I like their color outfits. I love their color outfits, from like everyone's pulling off their, I just love them. And that's how it ended. So here's what I think. So far, I find this episode quite interesting and quite delightful because of Saki. You know, and like I said, this episode was really good to watch because if y'all fans of Zombieland Saki, you like Saki, then watch the show. But still, this episode was really good because of Saki's development. And like I said, every episode of Zombieland Saga, we're going to see a zombie girl with an episode of the development so we can see where it's going to lead to. But again, nice. Now, the whole plot thing, I can see now where the Zombieland Saga plot is getting there. You know what I mean? I see it. Because now that they got their own radio station now, it's safe to say that the whole plot of it is of Zombieland Saga, and just by watching this episode, it tells us that they're gonna do more than just having their own radio station. They're gonna do more and more in venues, etc., just to make them be better, if not great. That's the whole premise. Now again, I don't know where the plot is going to be for the detective, because detective at the end knows where they at, knows about them. So he's probably going to be like the whole, like, I'll say a minor plot into the story of Zombieland Saga and the future of Friend Chocho. I don't know. And the bartender, which I'm kind of curious about where the bartender is going to lead to. But again, good episode. Nice plot to start off. Well, it gave us more and more details as to what we're expecting for Friend Chocho in the later episodes. So let's see what they rise to stardom be as good or not bad. Let's see. So thank you for watching my episode of Zombieland Saga Revenge. I look forward for next week's episode, and I hope you will.